you know, after this break. Like, we still have a couple weeks in the regular season, so those
we live, mother lovers.
spots that are left
we here.
Are gonna be
we
up for
live.
grabs. And like you mentioned, I think
we got some nappy nap time in.
Right now.
We skipped the first game just so we could sleep a little bit.
4 slots left. Yeah, 4 slots left. Because you already have TNT.
And now we're Liddy.
Sorry, Liquid, Aurora, Onyx, and then Falcons.
How we have 4 slots?
Sorry, 2 slots.
Like,
Never mind.
I'm good at
It's not basic math. I am deeply sorry. I
6
apologize.
minus 4.
Sorry, I was about to say there's 4 slots that were taken.
That's our
and 2
analyst, by the
slots
way.
left.
There you go.
A little bit under the weather, guys. A little bit under the weather.
You're doing a great
Here we
job.
go.
Yeah, 2 slots
Mr.
left.
Midnight on the desk. Mr.
I'm being
Midnight on the
fluffed up
desk.
for
I
free.
like it.
Let's try to refresh ourselves. That's
Hot
the
take,
walk,
guys.
and
Hot
see
take.
our teams on
Twisted
the
Minds are
stage
going to win this
after the
series.
walk now.
Hot take.
To oversee and uphold the tournament's integrity, guiding us through the matches are marshals Joshua, Duvin, Patrick, and David.
Hot take.
A twist
Twisted
in the game
Minds
or flight for
win
the Falcons.
this
It's Team Falcons
series.
versus Twisted Minds.
And
In
they
the XP lane,
are
it's
going to
Flap, TZ,
make
and James.
playoffs.
In the jungle, Kyle TZ and MP the King. In the mid lane, Few and
What's good, guys?
TZ.
What's good? My lights seem bright, huh?
In the roam, it's Ogwin and Escalera.
Like I feel... There
In
we
the
go.
gold, it's Super Marco and Outplayed. And their coaches, Coach Trevor and Coach Bonchan.
And now is the perfect time for another face-off. This
They
is
can
a
do it.
jungle matchup.
Coach Bonchan's got
Kyle
this,
TZ,
boys.
MP the King, step forward. Kyle TZ, uunahin na kita. Paano
They
mo
might
ba
not win this
makukuha
game. I don't
ang
know.
panalo
I'm
sa
just...
araw na ito? Ano ang palag mo?
Who knows?
Gagalingan ko lang, tsaka papakita ko sa kanila na consistent ako maglaro.
MP the King, how will you battle that consistency? Ano naman ang palag mo?
Mukhang wala talaga eh.
Hindi natin pinag-usapan yon. Players, fist bump. Twisted Minds.
All right,
Team
boys.
Falcons, go ahead
Who do we
and do
got?
your fist bump.
Twisted or Falcons? Falcons are definitely the favorite, I think, but...
Magbigay tayong lahat para sa paparating na laban na ito because it's finally underway. Casters, pasok.
Twisted Minds just need to put a dub on the board.
So we are
What is up with Flap
Falcons who
TC's
look very happy
head?
because they are playoff secure, but don't forget, the fight is not over for the upper bracket yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of matches left to be played, and Team Falcons, for the longest time, we keep on reiterating their road towards their glorious form, much like the pose of Flap TZ. And there's a lot.
All right, boys.
of,
Manjit,
matches to be
hello,
played.
hello.
And there's room. For
Yo,
movement.
yo.
There's a lot of things that needs to be done behind the scenes, especially when it comes to teams that are very, very good and chaotic in playstyle.
And for Twisted Minds, of course,
I need to fix this.
still clawing or trying to claw their way back into this one, with a lot of opponents proving it very difficult for them to get a point.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. I've loved to see the shakeup in the draft, but at some point, in some way, you have to kind of be like, all right, are we shaking things up too much? Are we trying to do too much out of the bounds of the current meta that's forming and has formed? Maybe we should take a step and just go and focus on winning the series. And now if they do it against the Team Falcons, that's going to be great for Twisted Minds.
There we go.
And I'd love to see them turn here in the
Fixed.
series.
Yeah, and I think that's a key factor as to what are the things that
All better.
Minds needs
Chill
to
guy.
do.
He's just
The
a chill guy,
control,
guys.
the twists that you deliver, because again, at the end of the day, Team Falcons is a very methodical team. They're very keen on like the macro aspect of MLPP, and you see it in the statistics, like the lord control, the turtle control, just the overall objective, the conversion. So for Twisted Minds, it's a question of the quality of the twist that you can actually deliver in this game.
Actually, completely agree. Yeah, from the matches I've watched, they really do get really good team fights early on, which does show in that graph as well. Even beating out the stats of Falcons on that first blood ratio and kill participation. So you kind of wonder, all right, they know how to fight, they know how to do these skirmish, they don't know how to duel. But what's happening in the late game?
Yeah, and that's why I think, again, it's either you kind of...
We got this, boys.
default to
Moba
not
Dez.
twisting things so much. Like,
Is that the real? Is that that's not Dez?
The testing, but at this point, there's still a lot of room. I feel like because of the patch that we had,
His name's not MOBA.
2 weeks ago, and then we had the introduction of Kalea.
Is it?
And she's mostly been banned out now, even just today. So it's like you have room to work with, but also that's the thing. They've tested a lot of stuff in the jungle. They were one of the first teams that bringing the Hanzo
Lies.
and so maybe
You come to me in my chat at 5 a.m.
different versions of Twisted
and
Minds
rock a
we've seen
name
so
that
far
not
this
is
season.
yours.
It's like they're still constantly looking to see what that secret synergy is going to be for them. And against a team that is known for a synergy but also struggled a little bit throughout this point of the season, this is a great test for them.
Huge test, honestly. And here are your Infinix keys to victory, going to be so crucial for this match.
Yeah, for Team Falcons, they have to isolate the King. I do agree
Isolate
with
the
Nicey
King.
That, you know, they're still testing a lot of things on the side of Twisted Minds, but the one thing has stuck with their gameplay, the consistency, and the ability of MP the King to carry Twisted Minds all throughout that early game, especially if they pick up, if they're able to pick up that Alice pick on the jungle. But for Twisted Minds, you have to break the blade of Kyle, TZ. The young Phenom has been really aggressive.
Did I blind my ML?
Since they start getting back their form with the.
No, I have not yet.
I do think that that's one of
Is
the
it too
key
late?
factors as to.
I mean, I'm buying.
that
I have
you need to
I
consider
have third-party
to
stuff. Hold
fight
on a
against
second.
Team
Fuck,
Falcons,
you just
'cause their
reminded me
momentum,
that.
Their macro is so.
What do I gotta do again?
On the rotation of the jungler, but for both sides, embrace who you are. You know, Team Falcons known as one of the best teams in the world in terms of macro play, but for Twisted Minds, embrace those twists. Again, no unnecessary.
too late?
twists, but improve.
I can just bind it to anything, right? Like, I'm already.
able to deliver in this match.
Actually, completely 100% agree for that. Your Falcons, you know what? Just embrace who you are.
Open your game and tap your avatar. Select account in the bottom left corner. Bind your account with at least one of the third-party accounts: Facebook, Google, Apple ID. Yeah.
I don't completely,
Got it.
like, maybe
I've already done
can't
that, but
relate
we'll
that to
double
maybe
check.
What Bonchan's trying to do here with these very unorthodox picks, but that's who he is, right? So that's
Embrace who you are.
That's who he is, though.
Yeah.
Ever since from
Take
his
the
previous
Floryn.
teams. Take the Floryn.
We're gonna
Pick up
bind
the
with Apple
Floryn.
ID
Get
as
the
well,
Apple
just in
out. Get
case,
some
you know.
Hildas in the chose in the middle lane. Embrace who you are.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. What a
Play some
head-to-head.
boxer room. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I guess I can't do
We saw
that.
that earlier. We weren't too happy with that,
Yeah,
weren't we,
I wasn't.
guys?
I
Weren't we?
wasn't.
Please, that is not a signal for you guys to try boxer.
I mean, we're locked
Right, not
into
right now.
You know what
Facebook,
Soul's
so that's
like,
good,
it
right?
can
We're
be-
good.
It can be like that.
Can't be
Should I do
chaotic.
Google?
It's hell. It's hell.
Glad I'm
Just
not
in
playing
case?
RG tonight.
Tonight, locked in. I'm
Not
not
playing
playing.
tonight.
I'm not opening MLBB tonight.
All right,
I
so
have a
here
flight
you
to
go.
catch.
Huge introduction for our two mid laners. You got beautiful KDA for View, and that's kind of to be expected, especially with how
And Google?
the Falcons have actually been doing despite their loss last week.
Yeah. To be fair, the stats, although skewed towards View, you see it.
Yeah, we're good, bro.
You see the control from Haji as well.
We're
coming from
good.
The mid lane is always up there when it comes to the team fight for Twisted Minds, and that's the thing with MLBB right now. Everything comes from the middle lane, and now looking at the matchup, I do think it's important to highlight both you and Haji, considering how they turned out to be captains for either team. You know, the rotations, the movements.
When do I download the new? What is it
It
called?
is all going to depend on how good they perform in their
Hold on.
mid lane.
I also really like this matchup, man. It's a really good matchup. These two players also very adept at playing the
Raider
threat.
Thames. Yo, what's up? What other games you playing too? I play TFT and I play
Yeah, it's kind of
Direct Strike. A lot of you guys probably don't know what Direct Strike is, but hey.
And that the blue side is actually going to go for game 1 to Team Falcons. And honestly, we've seen already
Mobile
the pattern. We're already
Legends.
expecting, you know, the Suyo either to be Prio or the Granger or the Harith, especially for teams like this. And when you have Super Marco on your side, like we've seen him, he's bulletproof.
Wait, so like,
still
what is
for a
it called
reason.
now? What is the
Probably
new
has
app
some of
called
the
now?
best, stats right now for the gold laners, especially in terms of KDA. And they love to prioritize that Granger. You know, we had this whole discussion earlier on about Granger.
Does that
and
drop
the Harith
today?
pick, if that needs to be shaken up or not. You guys can let us know too what you guys think. If
Dota
you're
and
tired
CS:GO?
of
No.
only seeing the Granger and the Harith, but
No
so
Dota,
far,
bro.
That kind of damage,
No
that kind of
CS:GO.
range that's provided
I can't do the
stats,
shooters anymore. When I was younger, I played a lot of Halo, Halo 3, Halo 2, all that shit. A lot of Halo 3.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
what else do you want to see in Gold Days?
Call of Duty Black Ops. I mean, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, stuff like that. But
I mean, we got other marksmen.
I can't do that. I'm too garbage,
Hey, Beatrix
too
did
slow
pretty well
to play the
in Keller
shooters
yesterday.
nowadays. The skill
There's
cap's
that.
too high
Yeah,
for
but,
me.
Where's the Hanabys? Where's the Laylas?
Where's the Mias?
Where's the Mias?
Big K, come on.
I would have to go through like a whole training
So
arc, and it
Falcons
would
on
just
blue
be
side,
too
by the
much
way,
work, man.
58% win rate on that side, choosing that. And
It'd be too
Trevor
much
also
work.
known for very quick drafts here.
All right, draft coming in.
Kalea open.
Kalea, Suyo, Joy,
Kalea is open,
Granger,
Suyo,
Hire,
Joy,
all
Granger. Yeah,
open.
everything.
Team Falcons
Everything open.
opted to go and remove
All the regular
Alex
stuff.
first thing, as a housekeeping for their side. They don't want to get twisted in game number 1. And of course, for MP the King, there might just be another.
Bro,
hero that
Twisted
could
are going to
pop
win,
out
boys.
from, Twisted
They're going to
Minds. This could
playoffs.
also mean that they have to go back to the typical
They're
MLB
going
gameplay that we
to
are,
playoffs.
familiar with in MPL Philippines. But now, Team Falcons, they take the Kalea's first pick. Finally,
Soy Granger.
Black Tees
Joy-
have been wishing
Joy
for this hero
Granger.
for a whole week now. And maybe there's a chance he gets it on XP.
Yes. I personally have been playing that Kalea, and I've been winning. I have a 90% win.
Harriet's
90%.
open.
It's so good.
Hope all.
Hope
Might have to go Suyo since you picked up the
Okay, there's
magic.
Flex, guys.
Nope, Joy.
There's the Joy. No, it's
It's
fine.
all right.
Flex. I just randomly thought about one of my games.
There's a lot of magic damage, though.
It was crazy. There was a Kalea and an Atlas.
What?
I cannot remember where the Kalea was. I think for some reason I think it was Kalea Jungle. Kalea Jungle. Kalea Jungle. Atlas Roam.
Kind of hungry,
We were
boys.
literally in a.
I'm kind of hungry, boys.
Like, there was just RKOs and like big slams everywhere. Like I was only seeing my team get thrown in the air.
Yeah.
I love that. I
So
love that.
I had a better, I wouldn't say better experience, but a more crazier experience.
What?
Because I played Kalea's jungle.
Yeah.
And then I asked my teammates to play Gatot and then
Okay.
Guinevere.
Oh my
It was just a bungee jumping game.
Yes.
And my
People are flying.
yeah, my enemies couldn't play ML. They were just flying. They had more time in the air than in land.
The crazy thing is I saw the Atlas go forward, Fatal Links, pull multiple people, and then the Kalea comes in and pulls another
That's
person.
overkill. What the
Yeah,
heck?
it's crazy.
Okay,
There's
crazy stuff can come out of this Kalea. 100%.
Ranger
But
pick,
here we go.
Hilda. Hilda's
We're getting some pretty
okay.
normal-
At least they
crazy, a
steal the Hilda.
No.
crazy, the Suyo!
We're getting pretty. It's crazy that Twisted Minds are now kind of just relegated back to normal drafting style.
This is where Rockhart, they twist our minds.
Yeah.
These are this. That's
They
why
twisted our
sometimes you guys
minds
listen to us
off.
draft, like we don't even
Talk about it.
deep dive into it anymore because this is usually the first phase.
Yeah.
Now the second phase though, I feel like that's where the room to go ahead and bring out some of the twists.
It's like
has
a
come
double
through.
pump fake.
Especially for Twisted Minds. Like, this is something that you need to watch out for. Even for Coach Trevor. Like, his
Ooh,
mind
Hilda Haji.
has to be
Hajilda.
stable right now.
Yeah.
Because if he gets twisted, then that's about
Haji-
it. Like, you lose the
Haji
natural progression of the
Zilda.
draft, especially with Twisted Minds
Yeah.
on the red. And also, by
That guy's
with
name
that-
is
that
Grandma's
pick, Lucas
Furburger.
is open.
Gang, gang.
Oh. So maybe there's an option that Falcons take the Valentina unless Twisted Minds remove it themselves.
We can have some fun here, Dan. You know, we can have a lot of fun with that Lucas Valentina matchup. That was crazy. But here you go. They're running out of. They're trying to run out the XP lane picks as well. So I think they're signaling straight into that.
Lucas?
Lucas is
Val?
open.
Unless they want to run Haji and Hilda. And then pick up the Lucas last pick.
Which has happened before, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
If they pick up a fighter here, then that's for sure. Oh, they go for the farce.
Listen, man. I'm telling you guys.
Lucas is,
Come on,
available
Twisted.
for both sides. I do think Team Falcons might also want to take it. Unless
What's good,
Flap
Tyrannosaurus
actually
Rex?
really wants to play
Escalator
Hilda.
washed? I don't know.
Yeah, there's a good
I
chance
have
they're gonna
faith in
execute it.
Twisted
I don't
Minds.
know,
I've been
or
telling
maybe
you guys.
it's
I've been on.
Flap faulting us. They're trying to
Twisted Minds has
outplay
been
their
my
opponent.
underdog
Yeah.
team this year, this
He's,
season.
Twisting the twist.
He's twisting
Yeah.
twins,
I'm
double
just putting them in.
twins.
I put them in
I
playoffs
don't
since the
even
very
know what's
beginning.
happening.
Double helix right there. That's your DNA.
After the first week or two,
Okay, so
I called it. I'm
yeah,
sticking with
there's
it.
always a possibility of it
I'm-
still
You-
going
I'm
over.
not the type of guy to jump
Maybe,
around
maybe, right?
and be a team whore.
But we've proven it's proven that Kalea is good at XP, right?
Just because they haven't got a dub yet,
Either Rome or XP could actually still be.
they're
played
gonna
on
pull
the
through.
jungle. So now they pick up the Valentina.
I'm not expecting them to win in playoffs or anything.
The Lucas on the side
I'm
of
not
the
expecting them
line,
to win in
and they
playoffs or
pick up the
anything,
Magician.
but I think they can make it.
Guinevere on Escalera.
Yeah, that's.
Like Yagami,
people
what's
might
up?
think, no, that's an XP. No, this is.
DJ
Twisted
Y's a
Minds.
pro
That's
player
the
now?
center picking that
Yeah.
up. He's got
Did
some
he
pretty
make an
solid,
official announcement? Like, what's the
plays
deal with
on
that?
it.
Like, is he actually going
Why
to be
not?
playing?
And we're gonna see that one more time here. Is it finalized? Did they swap out Flap and Ogwin, or was it?
Flap's playing Hylos, which is sad.
Okay, all right.
I was expecting Flap to play Kalia.
I was excited for that too.
I mean, to be fair, I do think the Hylos merits a lot of being in the XP here, because you are up against the Hilda. I mean, the Kalia wouldn't mind playing into the Hilda, but
Flap
you'd
cut all the
rather
hair
have
off,
faster
huh?
level 4 with the Glorious Pathway, so that you can actually help out your jungler, in this case, Tlph, and then allow the Kalia to be able to play up into the Guinevere of Twisted Minds, which is not really a bad matchup, but at least both of them.
How do they
have threats
calculate the
from just
contention
jumping
rate in draft?
Right. So into game number
It's,
1 here between Falcons and Twisted
How many
Minds.
times
PH just
the
doing
hero
a
has
good
been
job
picked
despite the loss again. Yes, last week.
Welcome to
and are
Mobile
banned
Legends.
Let's see if they can continue
out of all
that
the
here.
games that have been
Again,
played?
despite being playoff secured, they are still
So if
fighting
there
for
have
that
only been
upper
10
bracket
series
spot.
played in all
See if
of
they
them
can,
in all the
get off to a
season,
good start.
and the
Maybe
hero's
step
only
three
been
and
banned or
create Twisted
picked
Minds, bring this lineup.
once, it would be a 10% contention rate. I'm pretty sure.
Crazy.
Go few.
Wow.
Really Come on, boys.
aggressive.
Come on,
Switches
boys.
out,
Come on,
but
boys.
MP, as we
Thank
were
you, sir.
delaying,
Thank you, sir.
maybe they
Thank you,
get,
sir.
The right footing already in game 1, and they do.
All right.
Nice.
Good kill onto
Talking about
MP.
crazy. I mean, I
That's
think
what you
that
wanna
happens
see.
right there and right now. MP the game feels like he is out for blood here today.
Yeah, I think in the last 5 years, that's the most aggressive I've seen Few in the middle lane. Oh!
Oh, already jumping in again.
Escalera might not get away from that one.
It does flicker, but it won't be able to escape. So, hey,
Okay.
Phil
Okay.
gets one back
Okay.
from earlier.
Hajizi,
Don't
Don't be a bitch now.
Falcons feel like they might be at a bit of an advantage.
get it together.
Coming up on the top side. Again, Hajizi, very happy to just deal with that whatever happens here on the mid. Now we're going to see them kind of just rotating here up top. Try to get outplayed in a good scenario maybe, but again, map presence is already a given for these folks. So pretty sure they're going to be fine. Maybe run up to the turtlenecks in 20 seconds.
Tlph just casually clearing a wave for Super Marco. That means a total reset on that wave. So Team Falcons don't have to worry about the matchup between the Harith and Granger. So that allows them to just focus solely on a Searle take against Twisted Minds.
Yeah, haven't seen anything too crazy yet here, but Falcons really fast attack
so
on
fast.
the turtle.
Riri, what's up?
Already going to be jumping in. Spatial migration, a revitalize
Well
going
done.
to be popped as well.
Tlph takes turtle.
Will get the turtle. Fight's looking to break out. Ogwin.
Get the kill.
James
There we go,
out.
boys. Another kill for
Tlph is gonna
MP.
be the one to go down, and now Escalera chased
Listen,
by
man.
3 from Team
2-0
Falcons
Joy.
as Ogwin
2-0
picks
Joy
up
is
the kill. So
scary.
objective
First 2
and some
minutes.
kills for both teams.
Yeah, to be fair, you take that for MP the King. Like, he
Twisted
got
Mind's going to take game
the
1.
kill, and that was
They
the
got
enemy
this.
jungler, and that allows him to
They got this.
invade
MP the King's going to carry.
the jungle of Tlph here.
He's gonna carry.
Unfortunately, He meets the Granger, and he used the electrifying beats. No retribution as well. So that means Purple Buff is safe
Him and
for now.
Haji.
That's right.
Him and Haji going to carry,
And
boys.
that's usually what's important, right? You don't get
Hajizi.
that turtle, but you still get that post,
Hodgster.
post-turtle team fight. That's usually what our current world champions on the Philippines usually does as well.
Yeah.
So always have something for the trade. Keeps that goal lead very much close together.
Yeah, so far, Twisted Minds are having a good time on MP the King. This Joy is going to be able to scale up and fight against Team Falcons. But remember, there's an upcoming power spike for both the Granger and the Suyo. Once the Sky Piercer comes out for Super Marco, wondering if he's going to rush it this game. Oh, never mind. He's going for the 100 strike first.
Ooh, that's a more conservative approach, isn't it? You want to be able to have a better power spike
Oh my God.
in the next team fight. Is usually what that means.
Yeah. You usually go for a Sea Halberd first against this lineup of Twisted Minds. There's a ton of heal,
17%.
on this side.
And Spell Vamp.
Yeah, and Spell Vamp. But the 100 strength does give him mobility to escape from the clutches of the Guinevere and the Joy. So I do think it's a
No
it's a
purifies
safe,
on Falcon.
safe way for Super Marco to go with, because I don't think the earlier rush Sky Piercer would actually have worked, considering that Kyle has to recover some ground first.
Yep, gonna go ahead and sidestep. Escalera gonna be in trouble, gets caught in. The slam was
2-0.
So already
2-0, Mel.
Team Falcons has the numbers advantage.
2-0.
James will go ahead and give that information. So they're gonna go ahead and grab the buff.
No.
They need Few. Pretty aggressive again in the mid lane, and now has to flicker out defensively from James. Meanwhile, Team Falcons holding the turtle the whole time, away
MP
for
turtle
Tlph
steal.
to make his way.
MP turtle steal.
Just on the other side. Now Few gonna have to get away and
give me the
dodge out
turtle
from
steal.
Outplayed. Gonna be a trouble.
Nope.
Kyle TZ gets the turtle.
Few goes
Few's
down,
already
though.
gone. Now Kyle trying to run away. Flap and Oakland here to help
James,
him out.
get the hell out of there.
Split up. Twisted Minds. James slowly whittled down, but they'll call it off. Turtle
For Few, turtle for Few.
Scalia pick from Team Falcons is soloing some of the tough members on the side of Twisted Minds. The Surge of Life with the Revitalize from Tlph allows Ogre
4x for Kyle
to like
TZ.
be a fighter as well for Team Falcons.
And that Surge of Life actually hurts. It even attacks towers, by the way, so the damage is insane. The sustain coming in from it is also just impossible to match with in a 1v1 scenario.
Outplay hasn't died
So
yet,
I
neither
think
is Super
that the player
Marco.
really is working well with a Revitalize, with a high loss as well in this matchup.
Yep. And for Twisted
Playa
Minds,
picks up the cloak.
At this point, you're basically just waiting for MP the King and Outplay to have their items, but it's go time for Team Falcons.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Escalera, get it together,
We'll
bro.
be able to get away, utilizing the flicker and the spatial migration out.
There you go. Looking really good so far for Falcons. They're taking as much as they can. Twisted Minds just trying to keep that gold as close as possible, but they're having a hard time doing it.
Yeah, Twisted Minds, they're on not recovery mode, but they're just waiting for trades to happen. As they're you know, if you're Twisted Minds, you want to dodge team fights. You want to be able to just get trades, look for potential counter engages. And for Team Falcons, now that they have the Sky Piercer on Super Marco, it's go time. This is the time where you
Listen, they got this, man.
The strength of the Suyo and the Granger.
Yeah, and a few also has that glowing
Good tower,
so we got
good zone.
Lifesteal under control here.
Wow, so Glorious Pathway dropped down my flat just to keep the turret up. Good usage from Flap TZ there and Super
Watch
Marco.
out for
That was
Ogwin.
4 members of Twisted Minds up there.
Yeah. I mean, it's an attempted push, but Team Falcons have defended, but they've exhausted the Glorious Pathway, so this is going to be a much easier
Twisted
take
needs a
here for
turtle,
Twisted
bro.
Minds
They need to
if
stop
ever
messing
want to
around.
defend.
They should contest this. They know that's down for now. Still going to be able to respect that front line again.
Bro, MP, what are you doing, bro?
Revitalize gonna be used as
Oh
well.
my
A
good
turtle for the
lord, my
taking.
guy used
It's
his
gonna be Kyle that
fucking
grabs it again.
electrifying
Only one
beats.
down, and Kyle TZ will jump in. With the go
It's
in
looking
with the
rough
turret
now.
and the Soul Sever, but no
It's
one
looking rough
falling for
now.
Twisted Minds, but they slowly continue to lose ground in the gold department.
Dude, Few, the veterancy and the experience on this guy, he had the Fettered Airstrike copied with IMU, and then he saw MP the King trying to cross from the middle lane, so he went on and used the Fettered Airstrike to poke the Joy, and MP the King was late to that turtle fight. Even though they lost the Hylos, the Twisted Minds, they still are able to get the turtle for Kyle TZ.
Yeah, that turtle really does stack
When does the
up,
next
and it
patch
does
drop?
matter
When's this
over time.
Granger nerf coming in?
Now it feels like just Flap TZ going down. That's a trade I would take any day.
Yeah, at this point, if you're Twisted Minds, you're just buying time. You're buying time for MP the King and Outplay to get their items. Look for the the team fight in the later stages of the game, especially around the lore dances. And right now, Team Falcons, as much as they're leading by 2K gold, they're just up by a whole tower, and that's it. You know, Twisted
Still a
Minds are
game. Still a game.
free to
It's still a
roam around
game.
the map. They're
It's
not
still a game.
restricted with their map
It's still a
movements.
game, right,
There's
guys?
still lanes to be covered, and
Still a
lot
game.
of minions to be farmed. So I think if you're Twisted
But
Minds, you're
airstrike,
still happy.
Ogwin
You're staying in the game.
gets
Pathway
into the
dropped
back.
down, gonna be looking
A lot of
for
damage on a
Hajizi.
Hajizi, goes
Out
down.
of the picture already.
Bro.
Back in. A flicker from James, though, will try to keep him alive, and he does get away with his
Playa
speed
is
here on
gross,
that
man.
Iota, So only one casualty there. Team Falcons gets it.
That's not a good trade for Falcons, I would say. Yes, they got the kill in the far side, but they also lose the tower,
Top tower.
in the top lane.
Okay.
Even though the Purify was burned on Hajizi, still, you're not touching the course of Twisted Minds.
Yeah, not really able to do that much. Actually, I saw the gold dip below like 1,800 lead, so that means there was really some good that happened for Twisted Minds in terms of gold in that last trade. But then again, there's still so much map control here for Falcons. I feel like they have so much to work with either way.
Yeah, there goes a
Lord
Halberd
spawned.
for Super Marco. Now this changes things
Falcons
up.
just rush
Some
this.
form of anti-heal for the Granger.
Do they just rush this?
He has a glowing one as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he does. He does. He built
Okay.
that really quickly. It was first item.
Lore dance.
Conceal going to be used. Escalera trying to lead the charge here. Lord, a fourth of the hell.
Ogwin's
FP's
always
gonna jump
there.
in.
Kyle TZ still gets it.
again with the retribution.
MP the King kills
After he
Kyle.
goes down, so Kyle falls. Lord secure, though, for Team Falcons. they'll go ahead and just regroup
Bro.
without the jungler here.
Kyle's retro game. I think the one thing, all right, so I think in the 1v1, Joy definitely over Suyo, but Suyo has a nice amount of damage to help secure, like, damage plus retry. It's just really clean to be able to get that Lord, especially in the hands of someone like Kyle Teasy.
Pretty difficult to win.
They get a nice tower up top, though. They should get that tower on top side.
Try to go and wrap around, but there's just no way
A good trade.
to get a good angle to attack.
Ogwen's got that ultimate flap as well. They're just going to go ahead and try to walk this Lord up.
They might be able to keep their tower defense and not lose shields.
In that mid lane, and they might try to cut him off, but
I don't think they lose shields. No, they don't lose shields.
Orange buff is up.
Well played by Twisted.
Still holding on to the shield there on that bottom side.
I said it, Testaringo. MP's going to clutch, man. He's going to clutch, bro.
They can and steal what buffs they can.
Yeah, get rid of those towers so that they can actually control the map. So far, MP the King, again, still dodging the team fights that Team Falcons are getting into in the middle lane, but this is going to be a different story.
Play grabs Escalera. Escalera, bro.
Escalera this time with the Tidal Strike and Tsunami Slam comboed together. They find Escalera, but that turret in the mid.
Maybe he should have got Purified, bro.
Special delivery. That's what Ogwen's calling out here. And Escalera is having a bad time in this game.
Yeah, but look at the farm, though. They're almost neck and neck. Like, this gold lead from Team Falcons is mostly coming from the Granger. Out-farming, outplayed. But do take note, Twisted Minds, they have an amazing
Ay.
Still 3-0.
I don't think
exactly. Just constantly trading the map. And now they finally break the tower in the middle lane. But at what cost? They got a tower on the bottom lane as well. And MP the King still was farming.
So it does feel like they're losing out on
MP's got to carry, bro.
Money from out of nowhere. It's like their pockets are kind of have holes in it, you know? The way that they're going around the map and doing some trades. Twisted Minds are actually doing something pretty good. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, there will come a point in time where this Joy will be unmatched in the side lane. Like, they have to at least put 2 heroes there. Or
all right,
put the
it's playable.
side lane, which is bad. Because, you know, they would just not care about the highlights at all. And then fight 4v5 with Twisted Minds.
She's kind of like Cho.
I do think there's a lot of danger with Team Falcon's timings right now. Like, they're leading by 2.7K, but you're also playing into the late game of a Joy and a Harriet that could just demolish these frontliners of Team Falcons.
And they're really going to suffer here a lot, especially
we'll
with
see.
that front line. James
we'll see what happens.
Keep the fight properly corralled here.
Anybody see that, Retry?
Yeah.
I had my eyes closed for like 5 seconds.
Kyle got it.
Do they rush Lord here?
Yeah.
Does Twisted rush Lord here?
A couple of HP left.
20 seconds.
There's no retribution in Kyle, though.
There's no burn, and that's fine. They can try to buy
they
some time
can't.
here if you're Falcons. But Twisted Minds and see, you know what? Maybe we have an opening here.
Hello? No retry?
No retry, but he's going to have it now.
He's going to have it back up now.
He's going to go ahead and start it up.
Okay.
Already gave him the signal that they are ready to fight it out. Flap taking a couple shots. Ogwen just kind of taking a peek from the air.
Escalera, bro.
That connection he was looking
bro.
for.
They need to stop picking this. They got to stop picking this fucking. What's it called?
James, and now they get the Lord
MP, you're a little late on that, bro.
Gets stopped in his tracks, and now Escalera on the run, but Kyle will find him.
That hurts. That hurts. That hurts. That hurts.
Picks up a kill, 3 down for Twisted Minds.
Wow, Ogren making the difference here for Team Falcons, stopping MP the King not just once, but twice in that team fight. And also that Lord knockup, 6v5 situation for Twisted Minds. James, very unfortunate. Could have flickered out, by the way, but that knockup from the Lord allowed Team Falcons to reset the fight and reposition with Ogwen.
Rough waves for the homies.
He knew the assignment and he actually went for it. And right now, Twisted Minds have to mount a pretty incredible defense here to really block this out. James having a hard time keeping that front line in check here.
Okay, Lord's going to be dealt with. Going to do as much damage as they can. They're going to jump in under the pathway.
Oh, that's it.
Ogwen's already gone.
Without our boy.
Be able to hold their own. under that push from the Lord, but that turret finally going to go down. James flickers out defensively. Another turret's going to fall in the mid lane.
Can they even defend? They get minions.
The base is already going to be worked on, but the minions are up.
They're okay.
That might be all
They're hanging. They're slanging. 17 seconds for MP.
But there's still more minions that are coming in. A Feathered Airstrike already used. So this is definitely an opportunity for Team Falcons if they want to take it, but they're going to back off.
Luckily, you do have
Okay.
Farsa,
All right. All right.
in the mid
It's still a G.
Sort of late
It's still a G,
here,
boys.
But we might get a chance to see that late game that the Farsa might have a hard time catching up.
Yeah,
That's my biggest problem with Farsa right now, though. Although he's very strong in the early, right?
Yep. I mean, it's still strong in the late game, but there's definitely a lot more tools in the arsenal of Team Falcons here, especially with the glorious pathway, the jumps from Ogwin. But right now, the main problem for Twisted Minds is the prevention from Ogwin, not allowing MP the King to join to join the fight.
Yeah,
no pun intended there. But for Twisted Minds, again, there's a lot of angles that could be potentially explored with by the Harith and the Joy. But they have to deal with this Kalia first, because honestly, Ogwin at this point is getting to a Twisted Minds.
Yeah, there's like no way to get it. Yeah, Ogwin just grabs him and yoinks him up every time, bro.
Man. Like, how many times has he body blocked, basically? All those angles that Twisted Minds can actually try to take.
He's a UFC master.
It's so satisfying.
Master Ogwin.
It's so satisfying to just watch a Kalea play, right? Especially with the way Ogwin's doing it.
If you're playing it, yeah.
If you're playing it.
But
no,
if you're against it,
no, the sound effects, man. It's so crunchy.
But if you're against it, no. No, that's not fun. It's not fun to play against.
Super Marco maxed out.
Right?
I've never played her, so I don't know the sound effects.
You're gonna love the sound effects, man. It's so crunchy and it's so nice. It's so wonderful to hear, especially if you're teammates with it.
I've never heard sound effects described as crunchy.
It is though.
Crunchy, baby.
Crunchy. Okay. Like the sounds are crisp, but I would say it's crispy, but also a lot of bass.
There's a lot of. You just feel the impact, and I think right now we are seeing the big impact of this Kalea in this game. In the hands of Ogwin, though, Escalera
play.
Early conceal here.
Oh, Escalera.
Flicker, but Hot Jeezy popping the Feathered Airstrike too.
So much wasted there, bro.
A couple crucial spells used already.
MP's got to grab his freaking nuts and pull up, bro. Put your fucking big boy pants on. It's all on you, Beezy. It's all on you, Peasy.
Kyle Daisy dodged the flicker.
MPZ the Keezy.
Once, Few did the same thing. And this is respect from Team Falcons and also just a methodical and fundamental approach. They know that Escalera just might find a
grab your nuts and show up.
To get out.
Oh, not like that, bro. Not like that, fam. Into the backside, MP the King looking for something. A lot of damage. There we go. 2 men down. Ogwin also low. Immortality comes in. James in trouble, getting pushed back. Few able to get the Terrify, but minions are on your base, boys. MP, no, you're garbage, man. Get it fucking together for the love of God, bro. Oh, Lord. All right, outplayed. Make it happen. Make it happen, boys. For the love of God, James. Oh, yeah. It's a mess. It's insane. Oh, Dash Boy. Dash Boy. Come on, outplay. Do your fucking job. Golly, boys. Fuck me. I put my house on this game. No, I'm just kidding.
No rondos well for Super Marco, but it's happened for us. Ended. Oh, the immortality purchase.
Gets the immortality and the rose gold.
Right on time.
Oh my goodness,
what
this game.
Trade.
They stay in the game.
Yeah, the burst as well. From Kyle Teasy earlier in Super Mario to play MP the King. The opportunity was there for the Joy to steal the Lord, but the Death Sonata with the Soul Sever and Retribution got the Lord here for Team Falcons. And then what happened after that was an amazing sequence of micro mechanics from both Twisted and Team Falcons.
But wasn't this exactly what we were talking about before the game started? Twisted Minds are so good. They're adept at these team fights. They know how to kill their opponent.
Yeah, outplayed.
All right, boys.
Had an outplay
all right, boys.
There, but unfortunately,
come on.
The Zaman Force ran out. and he didn't have enough chrono dashes against Super Marco.
18 minutes.
And then that ammo purchase was
Gold almost at a cap point.
from the bulletproof.
The big problem is the lanes.
Die right there.
He's still bulletproof, man.
MP, I need you to get one fucking objective, bro. One freaking objective. And it's the only objective that matters. The last Lord.
Right now,
In the end, the last Lord is the only one that matters, man. It's the only neutral objective that matters in this game.
But that goal isn't really
It's not the first one.
2.7K.
It's the last one, boys.
That's almost unlimited. Rhapsody.
My guy is 6-0, or 0-6 right now on neutral objectives.
Yes, sir.
The odds are in his favor. That's all I'm saying. The odds are in his favor.
Or 13. I forgot the numbers on the Skypiercer, honestly.
Insane. And on the other hand, Outplayed is still staying true to his name.
Good position. Good position on Lord.
Same with View, by the way. He was doing a 1v3.
Don't peek. You guys just stay there. Don't peek. You don't have to peek.
Oh, James?
James.
Just for some vision.
Why do you guys always have to go first? Don't peek.
See, this is why Grange is OP, man. Marksmen aren't supposed to be able to do this, with the sole exception of Claude, sure. But that's a mobility spell. This is a poke that in the late game is spammable as hell.
In that range as well. The range is insane, right? So
yeah.
It's one of those things. And now James, maybe he's caught up on items. Maybe he can hold the front line a little bit better this time around with Escalera on the sides. Obviously,
Matt!
get more catches.
Mr. Matt Melvin!
Ooh, Twisted Minds actually
We're back, baby.
Control around this Lord.
Come on. Come on, boys.
Easy given the information. You got the wave pushing it up.
Go for it. Control. 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 You guys got this. Hot Easy getting pushed back. Yeah. Nice stun. MP the King showing up. Get him. There you go, boys. Come on. Turn it around. Turn around. Outplayed down. That's bad. That's bad. The reset. You need the reset. You need the reset. God damn it. Minions on your base, bro. For the love of God, Twisted.
Twisted Minds has to go back to deal with that, but Lord is secured by Ogwin.
Oh, it's close.
Clear out the
Damn it, Bobby.
Oh my God,
it's close.
They can push this in. A few and Super Marco and
Ay.
walk in with these minions.
2 more hits.
Glorious pathway drop down. Twisted Minds will try to do everything they can to stay in the game, clear things out. They get
when a Truncheon comes out.
Already, and they're jumping in towards Super
nope.
Marco will end the game, and now 1-0.
It was a good try. It was a good try.
What just happened?
That was extreme. That was honestly, that was a very stressful game to watch.
That was a stressful game.
I was super stressed with that game. Insane though. That was insane, and everyone just feels it. Wow, man. Falcons know how to put the pressure in.
I don't think Twisted had to rush that last Lord.
Anybody else would have tunnel vision on that Lord.
I want to see the player cam.
A Lord dance. But Falcons, they know their Lord dance is. And you know, when you're, or unless they want to put the high-lows on the side lane, which is bad, because you know they would just.
We have an opening here.
Hello. 6v5 situation for Twisted Minds.
The Farsa might
it's
have
this Lord coming up, right?
To deal with this.
Sound effects described.
Like it's.
There's a lot of.
We're just watching player cams here, boys.
Escalera very early. Conceal here.
Yeah, he's gonna use it. They burn out a flicker, but Hot Jeezy popping the feathered airstrike too.
Wow.
So this Lord's gonna be starting up. A couple crucial spells. Maybe this is the one he's able to go steal from Kyle Teasy. It's gonna go for a reset for now though.
Dude, Kyle Daisy dodged the flicker jump, just a methodical and fundamental approach.
Jumping in again, already utilizing the Tsunami Slam, but James gonna be fine. They're gonna force the fight anyway.
Nice.
Flap Teasy's gone, and Ogwin Immortality gonna be popped. He's
this fight right here.
And they force them back. It's Twisted Minds. MP jumps into the fight, and Kyle.
Bro, MP couldn't get a freaking objective to save his life, bro.
He goes and cleans up the fight and Outplayed. Dropping down the Zaman Force. Kyle's going to be dropped down too. Pops the winner crown. Few trying to help him out. Super Marco trying to get space from James. Gets the immortality. The jump in from Ogwin. They're 1 versus 2. Meanwhile, on top, Few held his own as
there we go, guys.
He bought time.
Marco.
Marco might jump in. Flickers forward. Gets a couple shots cuts off. Rhapsody into outplayed, but Escalera's there with him
How
too.
Jeezy's just hanging
Controller
out, bro.
versus
He's looking
the
like J.
battle.
Cole in the
And
Drake and
Flcn
Kendrick
goes
beef.
in. He has goes down to the tumble now. Super Marco goes in and gets the kill, and the Lord goes down the mid.
He thought he had it. He thought he had it. No flicker. No rondo as well for Super Marco, but the Zaman Force ended. Haji though. Oh, the immortality purchase.
Gets the immortality and the rose gold.
Right on time.
I didn't even notice the purchase, bro.
Goodness,
What
this
a
game.
trade.
They stay in the game.
To outlast the team fight here of Twisted Minds. Once the electrifying beats goes out, once the Zaman Force runs out, you basically just win the team fight here for Team Falcons.
It just feels like sometimes Marco is like the anti-Grim Reaper, right? He just refuses to die. He knows how to kite well. He knows how to position, and he's very aware of where his opponents are.
Damn it, Bobby.
Time, and he knows how to execute these beautiful duels.
Yeah.
And that just makes him just so bulletproof and
Again, look at this.
Immortal one.
Even using the retribution from Tlph, because they know after this, if they at least take down a single hero on the side of Twisted Minds, they just win the game.
Yeah.
And they didn't care about Lord at all. Fancy enough, they actually still took the Lord before they got to the base of Twisted Minds.
Safety check,
Yeah.
basically.
Just to make sure, you know, Coach Trevor warned us that if we don't play macro, we're not eating dinner. So, you know.
Joking only, joking only.
Yeah, just joking. Base push, check. Lord dance, check. Lord, optional, but still checked.
Yeah.
For Team Falcons. Amazing game for both Tlph and Super Marco, as well as the Master with the Kalia performance. I'd like to emphasize the the presence of the pull yourself together. Very important for Kalia, especially with a brawly hero such as Kalia. Just wants to go in, use the ultimate, especially with the fleeting time, last cooldown on the
7-1-2-0
initiations with the flicker. More, more brawl power, I would say, for Team Falcons.
It almost seemed like, again, Escalera maybe had a couple really good setups.
Three, I counted.
Yeah, well, it was about 3. I was gonna say it was either 2 or 3. And if you think about it in comparison to what Ogren was able to do in the Kalea, that's why, the control, the map control, the fighting powers that Team Falcons was able to bring around the Kalea really played a part to that. Whereas, yeah, the Guinevere's picked up a handful of times too so far in the season.
By him.
By him. And it reminds me a lot of the pick that we see from MP the King when he plays the Hanzo. It's very niche to their team, but this time around, the Guinevere might have worked in a couple situations, but they just weren't able to capitalize it earlier. I feel like if they did, and they had a better capitalization in the early game, then maybe they would have been
Hold on,
able to
boys.
snowball, especially that
We're
joy,
messing with a couple
like you were
things.
talking about, that we saw Twisted Minds bring to the table.
Yeah, I mean, we almost saw the effect, of the late game of the Harith and the Joy, but unfortunately, Master Ogwen exists in the, in the world, and MP the King has to acknowledge that, and it goes with the, the key to victory to just isolate and stop MP the King, which allowed our BPI rich guy to just play his game, play a typical bulletproof marksman, dish out your damage, use the Rhapsody, bang, 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 kill some target, don't die. That's the that's the overall game plan for Super Marco. And then the team just followed the plan. Follow the blueprint, get the objectives, utilize the macro advantage of our lineup, and then just
Go to ShoutCasters. Thank you, sir.
The course of how it's going.
Wait, Super Marco.
Play a brawl match while we're waiting.
Like he's immortal, right? But of course he does.
Feels like it.
What is his KDA right now, man?
What?
I said, what is his KDA
Average
right now?
KDA? Let me
Yo,
check.
JB.
Must
Yeah.
be
I'll check for
insanely
you.
high.
Because how many games have we seen where he just doesn't die?
Exactly. And even in the games they lose, he
doesn't
dies like
die.
once or twice.
I am currently checking, so you guys talk.
It's insane. Honestly, I feel like he just plays immortally. And also, not to downplay what Ogwen did in this amazing game for them. Few as well, Few as well. Was dueling 1v2 so many times. He was also flickering in.
He was rather
being
aggressive.
so aggressive
Thank you, sir.
on that Valentina.
Yeah.
So, again, stuff like this probably won't be possible without such good communication and synergy for his team.
I feel like at this point, Fuse, he's done so much already. Think about all the achievements he's had and everything. He's like, I gotta push the limit somehow. So I'm gonna play Valentina like this.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Super Marco is sitting at #1 in terms of KDA ranking.
#1 KDA.
Yeah.
Should I play Glue?
7.75. Next is Benny Cutie.
Yeah.
But Benny has lesser games.
Yeah.
Yes, like
So this is impressive for
5
Super
games.
Marco.
7.75.
I don't like any of this, bro.
Wow.
That's average 7 kills per game, no deaths.
And he's played all weeks.
He's played all weeks, yeah.
Well, so
insane.
that's amazing.
Wow.
Bulletproof.
We got a bit of an all-access pass here for you guys right there on the backstage. Let's see who it is.
Bro, what is this build?
Maraming salamat sa ating mga casters. We are here once again at MPL Heroes, A Legends Chronicles. Ito
Except
ang
I don't
oras
need,
natin para pag-usapan ng ating mga coaches and players that have
I don't
left
need
a
this.
legendary mark in the Filipino
Ah,
MLB
no!
scene. At ang pag-uusapan natin, the one that's featured for this week
Thank you,
is
Jimmy.
none other
Thank you.
than Master Ogwen. Dahil sa lumabas na episode noong isang araw lamang sa Bilyonaryo Channel, nakapag-tour tayo sa bagong bahay ni Ogwen. It's a dream that he's been working so hard to achieve for years para sa kanyang pamilya. Nakwento nga ni Ogwen nung nakaraan yung mga pinagdaanan niya where he used to have no bed of his own to sleep in. His family once shared in just a single bed and they're cramped up together. Despite their situation, sabi rin ni Ogwen na todo ang suporta ng kanyang pamilya. Kaya nung nagsisimula pa lamang siya, ay pinahiram nila ang kanilang mga sariling cellphone kay Ogwen para masimulan nila ang kanyang training and to also get his gear on right at the amateur scene. Doon niya na-realize na kailangan niya ring buhatin ang kanyang pamilya to give them a better life and to give his family better opportunities. So he decided to become a master of his own fate. This is the Ogwen that
Oh,
we
I
know
accidentally
now.
went
A
for,
decorated local and international champion.
I did not have
Pero
time
alam niya
to,
na kahit nakuha na niya ang bahay na matagal na niyang pinapangarap, hindi pa doon natatapos ang laban.
For what's it called? I did not
Now,
have time for
it's
what's
a
it called.
battle for legacy, and that legacy will continue in the playoffs. And we know
I
that
accidentally
this
grabbed
is a
Petrify.
team that is determined to come back right at the top. To dream big, not just for yourself, but for the other people that you care about and the people that are around you. That is what makes Master Ogwen legendary. Balik na
Give me
tayo
that.
sa ating mga casters para maumpisahan ang game number 2. Casters, pasok.
In the Philippines, that's what we call hope ball.
Yeah.
Hope all.
Own house, good esports career, good looking, good at ML,
Got a good fam.
got a good fam,
Ah!
everything.
That's
Living
goals,
the life.
man. That's goals.
You know the next thing.
We're
that
just
he,
killing
could
some time until the
possibly get,
next until the
or
next
I would
series.
possibly wish.
Killing
is
some
if I
time
would
until the
like
next
to.
series.
That's the next thing.
That's the next thing.
That's something he's probably working on, though. You know, he's doing
Yeah, the curls and stuff.
He looks maxing.
He looks nice. We're gonna get there. He's probably gonna get there, right?
Yeah.
He's very happy. He's always smiling. I want to see what that guy's doing for his life. But yeah, I feel like
Bro, how did I
that's
not get the-
eventually what the goal is for a lot of our esports players. I mean, a lot of
Oh,
other
what am I
players have
doing?
already moved on to like
Other things.
bigger things. They already have like houses. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, right? And and like a big mansion and everything. So
Cars, all
Cars.
that stuff,
All that.
all the good stuff.
check out the players' experience though with ultra-fast 5G with this smart ping test that they were doing that on stage a little bit earlier.
Okay na to. Bakit ganito? Pinaparusahan ako. After ng laban namin, direct to airport. Tapos darating sa Indonesia ng umaga na. Sabay, walang tulog. Direct to media day. Ano mga sikat na dating kanta, mga JJ days. Pag may magpapa-shoutout sa mga pro player o sa mga artista, shoutout sa inyo guys, shoutout sa inyo. Ingat kayo talaga, God bless. Ayun, 5 red ring ko na to. Feel ko bumabalik na yung dati kong galing sa sa
Oh my lord.
basketball, no? Kevin
Do we need
Kembao,
antique?
tumira ng
Do we need
tres.
antique
Alas 2 na.
for the Clint?
Alas 12.
Tugi tayo sa kalaban, pre. Katawan pa lang, lugi na. Buti pa sila, boy. G-gym na. Lakas pa mag-ML. Puro panalo. Tayo, puro ML na lang. Di pa manalo. Ang lala! Buti pa sa checkping dito.
Why are they
nanalo.
yelling at me, bro?
ML na lang ang kalaban. Di pa manalo. Jojo, nakatulala ka na naman, Jo. Hindi pa na naman isip ko. Ang solid talaga ng Infinix.
Solid, bro.
Solid.
Solid is Phoenix.
Good ambassador right there. Should hire him. Very good ambassador.
And the King is such a fun character. I love the guy, man. He's very good at the game. He's very spicy. He's got the flair. He's got the singing career.
Yeah.
Potential.
And he's also a king.
He's also a king.
In game.
Again.
Oh.
No ball.
So here we
Oh.
Unless you're.
All right, we're good now.
Being a nice dude, so.
Again, that's a different level. Right.
That's a congratulations level.
That's right.
That's not hope all. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You're a nice dude.
25% win rate on blue side here for Twisted Minds.
That's about my win rate.
You probably want to get that Kalea as well.
What do you mean? You have 100%?
No, I have a 25% win rate in life.
No way.
Dora left a match.
I don't believe that.
Chat.
Do you think Naisu has a 25% win rate in life?
Comment down below.
If you have 25%, I have 1.
If you have
That's what I'm talking about.
No. If the chat believes that Nice has a 25% win rate, you have to get evaluated.
What are you winning at life, though?
Like goals. You know,
friendships. How many of your life goals have been accomplished? Maybe you can kind of do that. Like, just average it out.
Yeah.
Are you close to 50?
Evaluate.
I think you're closer to 50 or
maybe I'll reevaluate.
No, Nice is closer.
Ay, bro. I'm just getting shredded.
That's realistic.
I did hit a global #1 spot.
See?
There you go.
It's time.
Working with Naisu. All right, he admitted it once. It's on record. Here we go here for draft.
It's went so fast.
Number 2, and we're seeing that Kalea is left open but not picked up by Twisted.
Here comes.
I gotta finish this game quick.
Last time we saw this,
I gotta finish this game quick, guys.
And they won that game on the back of an amazing early game performance from this team. So, Falcons, you have a lot of things to worry about. There's a lot of potential combos that could come from this. One is the Lucas jungle that could be playing on the hands of MP the King.
Oh, that is so dangerous. Like, was this worth the trade?
I mean, the Matilda can kind of help anyone who's, getting pulled in by the title.
The title strike or Tsunami Slam.
Tsunami Slam. So it can work.
I don't think I've gotten one ult, bro.
I've also experienced as a Kalea, it is so difficult if you're getting crowd controlled to death.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to pull off. So maybe that's what we're trying to do here.
Sorry.
Team Falcons, they could just steal the Lucas in this position. Honestly,
They didn't give they gave the Kalea again?
Valentina. Because now you both
Ay, boys.
I mean, to be fair, Team
Didn't
Falcons,
you learn your
they have a better power deck,
lessons?
like the Kalea, the Suyo, and then
And the
potentially
Suyo?
Lucas. Twisted Minds, they have the Phobos and the Matilda, so that's it's a big combo as well.
This looks like a
Having
Coach
to
Midnight
set
draft
back
right here,
win,
bro.
Soaking up a lot
I'm
of
just
damage,
joking.
but you're also a big nuisance to the Suyo, because if you don't like if you're playing a jungle and then you don't look into fighting the Phobos, you just take so much damage. Like you have to deal with the Phobos first, especially around neutral objectives such as turtles. So Team Falcons, instead of going for the Lucas route, they went on ahead and picked up the Sicilian for a few.
Sicilian, always just so good, especially.
Bro, why can't I ever jump on her? Oh, she's on the bottom. I can't see her. I'm a fucking duck, bro.
But if you keep a good
Oh my
distance,
lord,
you can
I'm so
actually do some
dumb,
pretty
bro.
decent amount of damage.
Yeah. And there's also a typical.
It's because of my
against
UI.
The Phobos, because like Phobos does not have mobility. It's a walking bat's impact target. And also the Sangan's Claw really just messes up the combo from the Phobos. So good pickup coming up from Team Falcons here. I'm curious to see whether they are going to contest for the Lucas on both sides, because Twisted Minds, the burden of banning it is on their side because they're the blue team. And the red team is usually the Lucas slots, where you naturally just see it on a 3rd or 5th. Ranger Band.
Ranger Band.
Okay.
That's so interesting too to see.
Ranger Band is good.
Ranger go through, right?
First phase.
First
yeah.
phase.
It happened once, I believe.
It doesn't happen often.
Very rare. Just one.
So what does that put us against the Harris and the Gold Lane then?
Moscow?
Yeah. That feels like it.
Or Beatrix, honestly. They have a Bea in the Kalea combo.
Can we see Super Marco on like a different,
maybe a carry
like that?
Yeah, carry would be nice.
Against the Phobias?
When was the last time Super Marco went with a Beatrix? Do you remember? Like a long time ago, probably.
Beatrix. I think last season I saw Marco play the Beatrix.
Oh, what?
Wow.
Sorry, guys.
So they're
trying to finish this game.
Different pickup on 4th. Maybe the marksman. No,
maybe Hylos.
I do think the marksman pick is going to come last for Team Falcons. So they might have to reveal something here, and they don't want to play the Lucas. You're right. It might just be the Hylos. It's good against the Phobius and the Harith as well.
Yeah.
With the Glorious Pathway, you can catch up with the Guiding Wind. Unless there's something else entirely. Maybe that's also the reason why they banned out the Faramis. They wanted to play Glue on Tlph. That's why, hence the ban on the side of Twisted Minds. So now...
What if?
What?
Swap out Tlph back onto Kalea.
And then take up the Cho for Ogren.
Yeah.
I like that. Or maybe the Minnow for
Minotaur.
Ogren.
Minotaur Sip, really underrated, by the way,
Yeah,
today.
this is the team that loves Minnow the most.
Yeah, they're like one of the few teams that does have it in their lineup.
Hylos, yeah.
Hylos, oh well.
Another one down.
Again,
We're gonna win,
really
guys.
underrated, that hero, right?
Yeah. Oh, what do you go here for Twisted Minds? Alice is not open. What else do you put on MP the King? Julian.
Hayabusa.
No, not a Julian. Haya, maybe. Haya, Nolan. Both gets destroyed by the Kalia in the Hylos.
Watch him pick Hanzo.
Yeah.
No way.
Come on, just once.
No way.
Just
If
Against
he-
Kalia?
If he just, for some reason, if he just decides to go for it, okay.
That's Julian.
I was gonna say Julian
James got
would've
this
been
one?
nice,
Yeah.
but considering
Julian?
their damage composition, it's all magic.
magic.
And the Kalia Hylos would have
Once
a
again, it's all
fantastic
magic.
time
Harry
when they
Potter
get
draft.
Their first item, Radiant
Radiant armor.
Armor.
Oh my
I'm
God,
losing
you're
faith.
right. How are they gonna?
I want to ask you, why isn't Julian picked up more? Like he's such a menace
sucks.
in ranked.
Because he sucks.
He's a menace in rank.
Okay,
He's a menace in ranked.
He's an all-in assassin. And against the teams, especially MPL teams, like they're so good at punishing.
Yeah.
Once they see you dash, that's
This is
it.
rough.
That's it.
Done.
It's it.
Yeah.
And Julian's early game is more about bursting your enemies.
Yeah.
And the way to save yourself is to use the dash last. But that's like the least damage output that Julian will ever output. I like this pickup. I like this pickup, even though it will lose the lane against the Harriet.
Yeah.
It's Super Marco, so he's not gonna lose the lane.
Thank you for answering my question, because I've literally I've had people ask me multiple times like,
On your
why isn't
stream.
Julian? Yeah, why isn't Julian
Yeah.
picked up more? And I was like, it's probably because it's just that these are professionals we're talking about
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
and
that's-
you guys are talking from
Yeah.
your solo queue experience.
That's a good thing.
All
to
right.
do.
Just look
It's
at
looking
the,
rough for
like
Twisted.
The top junglers. Suyu 2 dash.
Bro,
Joy,
this-
2
this,
dash. Julian
Yeah.
1 dash. And
This brawl's going way too long.
The way to
12
play
minutes.
Julian safely is
And
to
this
use
break
the
was
dash
way too
blast,
short.
But that's like the least damage combo.
Yeah.
So
You wanted to
basically,
dash in, use third to lock your target, and then use first.
you have free skills, and you're forced to not use one of them until the very end.
Yep.
And that's like gimping you.
Yep.
60. That's 33% of your output removed.
And the
Oh, I
most
think that's
thing that
G's.
Julian players want as a buff for Julian is the removal of
That's
the
G's.
no cooldown reduction.
All right, let's go.
But
Game 2.
Moonton's not giving it to Julian.
Ari,
even though
what's
he
up?
Has, like a lot of enemy skins.
Yeah.
And then Temporal Rain does not work on him because he does not have an ult.
That's right.
Welcome
Not counted,
to
guys. I'm
Mobile
sorry.
Legends.
Here we go for game number 2, and I believe we have a very solid lineup here for Falcons, but Twisted Minds are trying to see if they can maybe shake it up a little bit, like they've been trying to do since game number 1.
You know what's crazy? Like most heroes that have 3 skills don't have ult, but Roger, his ult works with Dragon Spear. I don't know why. He doesn't have an ult.
Because he's the M2 statue.
No,
Or, sorry,
Hey,
wait.
come on. Julian has 2 enemy skins.
it's an anime skin, yeah.
That's true.
About to get 3.
Wait, was he the M2 statue? Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was the M2 statue.
It would have been nice if
Julian's about to hit 3 enemy skins, by the way.
Right.
That is unreal.
It is unreal.
Like there's heroes in the game that still have their normal skin and the one like elite skin that they
Yeah.
have, and then you got people like Julian taking everything.
Like the OG heroes are just looking at him. Hope all.
Like Faramis before, he only had at least 1 skin.
Yeah, dude.
Isn't one of them Eve? Like doesn't Eve
Yeah,
only
there's
have
still
like?
skins, sonny.
Literally just still 1, by the way, for you.
Released in 2020. 2 skins.
Which is honestly something I don't really notice anymore, but you know.
You don't notice
Maybe
anymore.
Another
but
pause.
When you randomly pick.
Pause
a
be
hero,
longer
you're
than
like,
the
yeah,
break.
this kid know how to play, and then you
Yeah.
realize like,
Oh, it's elite.
Which
They only have
hero?
elite.
Which hero were you surprised had a lot of skins?
Me, Farsa.
Farsa. Dude, I was surprised as to how many skins Aurora has.
Aurora.
You can
Yeah.
scroll through the.
Yeah.
And I was like, this hero exists?
Big fan favorites. Look at that.
I'm kind of hungry.
They're,
what are they showing?
What are they showing?
Oh.
This guy's... Yeah, wake that guy up.
Yeah, wake that guy up.
Wake that guy up.
Hey, your watch is falling.
Your watch is falling. What is this? Is this another Hope All situation?
Saturday. This is a Saturday.
The super fan turned into a super couple.
That's.
You hear the whistles.
This one play MPL.
Kiss cam.
You guys, if you went on a date, would you take your date to MPL?
I did.
You did?
I did.
Yeah.
3 times.
Oh, dang.
You didn't?
See,
I did.
This is why I'm only winning 25%.
No, that's part of the 20%. You still are at 80%.
I'm sorry.
It's all about your willingness, Naisu. It's
Yeah.
all about your Whoa! That guy looks very familiar.
Who's that?
I don't know who's sexy, the man holding the phone, or
Yeah,
the
that-
one on the phone.
You know the guy.
I'd go with
All right,
that
here we
guy
go,
holding
boys.
the phone.
Yeah, I've seen him topless.
Yeah, but
Come on,
I'd
Twisted.
I'd go with a
Pull
different
up.
person though. Like I know someone
Babero Wolf.
on social media that has flexed something that I couldn't remove or take off from my mind.
That sounds like a different guy as well.
It is. It's a different guy, and I'm looking at him right now.
Oh, man.
Right.
That's
There
not
you
me.
Did I take my
All
date
right,
to
so let's go
NACT?
into the game, and I believe we have.
I've taken a date to the
clean
grand
jungle for
finals.
both of our
I'm always
laners. Nothing
casting,
really
man.
happening
No dates to
that scenarios.
NACT.
No, actually, I don't think any of the buffs
But I
got
would.
stolen, so
Yeah.
they just went their own separate paths, and I don't know if that's good for Ogwen, who seemed to be getting ganked on a little bit right now. Escalera feels like he's more confident on this Matilda.
Yeah. To be fair, Owen is just annoying. Empty King on the jungle, just holding some green camps so that he couldn't clear them as fast as he'd hoped to.
Yeah.
But for both sides, I think they're doing fine. Like side lanes are not getting touched. The junglers are inside their jungle still.
Yeah.
Hoping to get a level 5 before the first turtle spawns.
Want to be too aggressive, right? So here we go, getting started on this one. I wonder if Twisted is going to try to go for the steal here. Empty King looks like he wants to.
Gonna have to once again. Infernal Pursuit are gonna be dropped. Turtle's still gonna be worked on. Kyle will be able to get the turtle. James flickering out defensively. So again, no one falling down and objective secured for Team Falcons.
Yeah,
Actually, Empty King also kind of just did a sidestep maneuver with the dash. I guess he was trying to go for the iframes.
I am hungry, boys.
Didn't
Yeah.
work out.
But
Time
that's
to
like the
eat,
sad
boys.
part about Julian. Like, you either choose whether to fight or to just stay still and then look for a play. Because MP the King couldn't really touch anybody on the side of Team Falcons, especially up against his Kalia. That's why I was worried.
True.
Like, it was a possible choice for Twisted Minds to go with Julian during the drafting phase. But now, like, seeing it inside the game,
Will I be
there's a
watching
lot of
G3?
problems
What is
with
G3?
Julian pick up, because like he couldn't
Order
just,
DoorDash?
you know,
Nah,
go in and
homie's
dish out damage,
broke right
'cause
now.
he's gonna
I
get
got food in
crowd
the
control, he has
fridge.
to
I
worry
just
about- he
don't
has to
feel
worry about
like
his
I don't
average
really have
block,
time to make
And then come
something.
the mid game, also has to worry about a 1-1 just getting a stack on him.
But you know what? It's also
Will I
a
be
good
watching
thing
Game
for
3? Yeah, I'll
this
probably be watching
Julian.
Game 3.
That's why this Julian is allowed in this pick, because of the Matilda. Basically supplementing an extra dash, extra emergency.
Yeah, that's right.
So this is one of the scenarios where maybe Julian's okay to go offensive, then you dash out with the guiding wind.
But if you're James, you're kind of sad though, because like the guiding wind is reserved
For the Phoebus.
Exactly.
reserved for the Phoebus, but now it's supposed to go to MP the King.
And I think that's why he went Flicker, because a lot of times we see Phoebus run Vengeance.
Yep.
Right? Like,
He knows it. He
That's like,
already knows what's
aw.
going to happen.
yeah.
What's
I thought
up?
we were gonna have a Phoebus and Matilda bonding moment, but nah.
Not
It's
really.
Julian and Matilda.
Julian Matilda here now.
Oh.
At the bottom of the lane. James gonna be dropped down.
James.
Quite low.
James.
Well, trying to keep it together, and
James!
he goes
Oh,
down.
for just a
Still
second.
going to the hands of
I thought that
Kyle
was the other
Casey.
person
Guess what?
going down.
What?
It
No
wasn't.
Matilda.
No Matilda, no,
No
Flicker.
Matilda. Oh boy. And that's a problem, isn't it? That's a big problem. If you're trying to basically just use the Matilda for a dash, you need the Matilda nearby.
Yeah.
If he isn't, then
This
you're
thing
screwed.
is soft.
And Escalera is on double lane duty right now. Like he's using the guiding wind to make sure that Alpha is able to
Tsunami
go
Slam?
lane.
Gonna be able to go and get MP.
Haji
but,
Z
Haji
gets
Z
it.
The turtle. Team Falcons
That's
might still
something.
want to continue the fight. Oakland's gonna
That's
jump in.
something.
James gonna be the focus again. He does have the flicker, so he'll re-engage, forcing at Team Falcons back. So what was that? A feathered airstrike that grabbed the turtle?
Yep. They didn't hear the retribution, so Team Falcons, they're still going for the purple buff. Oh, that's stun onto MP the King.
All right. No casualties, but they are using up a lot of their resources to try to get some control here. Falcons very aggressive on the top side.
Gonna try to force them back a little bit further. So again, it's Team Falcons holding on to this minor lead that they've gotten themselves. Not too much has happened, but despite the trade of objectives and the 1 kill currently in their favor.
Okay, to be fair, like right now, James gets to enjoy his time with the Mathilda now that the
this could be the greatest investment I ever got. This secret lab. Oh my lord, bro!
You just 1v1 to MP, and maybe that goes and shows.
Imagine, bro.
Julian, especially if he doesn't have a Matilda with him.
Imagine.
I kind of could imagine what happened on that skirmish. Like he tried to go for the dash, use the retribution, but few just used ultimate, which is sort of like a cleanse.
Yeah.
And you got a movement speed buff, and then MP the King just gets outplayed.
And he didn't even have to use the flicker. Like Few still has it.
Because
that hurts, bro.
In a 1v1 situation, like he gets a
That's
massive
sad.
speed burst.
Oh, this
with
is
the
so
ultimate.
tough. Look at the gap between the junglers.
One thing I will say about Kalea is
He's
when she
sitting
gets
at nearly
balanced,
level 9, and
it
Kyle
is
Fuzi
cool.
will
That
jump in
it's
now.
nice that we got a
Taking his
new
buff as well.
roamer.
Retribution
I
could be
feel
used,
like we
and
haven't gotten a
Max
new
off.
roamer in a
Meanwhile,
while.
Rest of the team fight's going to be breaking out. Ogwin looking for a target, jumps in with the strike and the Tsunami Slam, bringing Escalera back, and that's a kill going in the hands of Kyle Tlph again.
Man, Tsunami Slam is brutal. Even the Matilda can't really keep the Twisted Mind lineup alive long enough. Even MP the King is struggling to do some damage here.
Is he still going for the rose gold build? That's been nerfed lately,
That's
folks.
been, yeah, for Julian's no longer a fighter, right?
Yeah, for those watching out there, Julian's assassin mage. He's no longer a fighter, so he doesn't benefit.
Yeah, but even
like,
then,
a whole
even
lot.
if after
That's
Kalea
like,
gets
still
nerfed,
gets
like
the,
there'll still be
the
probably
defense, but
some.
it's half now.
It
Yeah.
could
So
still be very.
I'm
It's
curious
still
as
gonna be
to,
viable.
Why MP the King is still
You know?
forcing the rose gold build? I mean, it's gonna allow him more sustain. And yeah, sure, it still has a Mathilda.
He still has the effect,
But
right?
the value, though, especially now, considering that he has lesser gold than Kyle Tlph. Super Mario gets to, to dash away from the Zaman Force. But again, begs the question, the value of MP the King in this game.
They're going to force a fight, it looks like.
Oh, come on, boys.
Minds is up here. Glorious Pathway is going to be
Aye,
coming down.
aye, aye.
And Few will now join the fight, too. So a whole lot used.
Man, Midnight's min-maxing senses got triggered there a little bit with Rose Gold. Yeah.
Dude, the gears are still turning.
The gears are still churning here for Midnight. Let's see if it's going to help him out, though. He's getting hunted by Kyle Tlph. That's no magic.
Oh,
He's it out.
there you go, there you go, there you go. That's something. Hit and run.
Kyle Tlph was trying to get away from that.
Yeah.
So it was a good pickup.
It was a good flicker from James. Caught the Suyu before he was able to use the Queller. So it got canceled out, so he had no dash left for Kyle Tlph. Good pickup coming out from Twisted Minds. Again, the catch are still there. Their mobility with the Mathilda is still amazing. But you saw how easy
Rose
it
Gold
was
and
for
MP.
Kyle Tlph to just solo the Julian.
Yeah.
It was just unfortunate for him that Twisted Minds was on the way. Like literally on the way with the Mathilda. Always on the way.
Always on the way. And you gave us a little bit of a trivia.
All right, what do they do
about
from
on the
here,
way
man?
earlier, right?
Yeah.
Almost
Never used
2K
on the way,
deficit,
on the
Twisted
way.
Minds.
On my way.
Because on the way is used for deliveries.
But you know, in like different countries, like they use it quite differently as well. Like in the Western countries, right?
I don't know. Let's ask the guy from the West.
Let's ask the Western guy. What do you think about that?
Is that right?
I use on my way.
Okay.
There you go.
So it's correct.
So we're gonna have to check our dictionaries for that.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna double check my dictionary for that later, so don't worry. Anyway, we are back in 9 minutes, and I think Twisted are tired. They are tired of getting pushed around. They want to take this fight.
See if they do. Flicker going to be used.
Oh, nice Purify.
Already getting that Purify out from Escalera. Now Flap dropping the Glorious Pathway to disengage from the fight. Meanwhile, Team Falcons will just clear out that mid lane. Crucial battle spells used up by both sides. Some ultimates as well, so the face-off for this Lord.
Yeah, James.
Okay, they jump in once again. Ogwin, Infernal Pursuit going to be popped off with the crossbow tank.
Oh!
Was enough to pump out some damage.
GG's.
Taking down
Well
two
played.
members of Twisted Minds, given the control.
I'm still putting Twisted Minds in playoffs.
I don't know what was going through the minds of the place of Twisted, but James engaged.
They're gonna beat Apbren or they're gonna beat
trying to run
Omega
away.
and secure
So
the slot.
It gave enough time for Super Marco to stack on the Phobius, allowed to use his ultimate, the crossbow of Thang, And with the Inspire was able to take the Phobies down and then allowed Tlph to use the Blade Surge from the upcoming
They
members
got
of
this.
Twisted Minds. That was not a team fight that they were synced up.
So I didn't expect them to actually fight that. And then you're like, wait, James is going in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't look like they were ready for that. Maybe a little bit of a miscomm here.
To be fair, it looked like a good engage from the Phobius. They just didn't have the damage.
A jump again with this Omni Slam right into the team, and James will be able to get away even though he's burning, but there it is. The Team Falcons quite low themselves.
Ay, ay, ay. I
I
really wanted this to go to game 3.
A Lord will charge into
The third series
the
isn't until
turret.
7:30.
Not sure if they're
It's
gonna
an
get
hour and a
it
half
up,
from
but
now, yo.
Twisted Minds holds on to all
Way
base
too
turrets for
long.
now.
All right.
Pause. Buy some time. There we go, boys.
Bit of a pause here. Man,
Buy a little time.
I don't know how Twisted Minds are keeping up with this. Right now, the onslaught, the barrage coming in from the Falcons feel like it's almost unbearable.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we did ask for some twist, but I remember asking for a quality twist. Unfortunately, Julian did just get nerfed, especially with the Rose Gold build. Not directly the hero, but he was switched up from being a fighter mage to now an assassin mage. So he does not get to maximize the Rose Gold build up that MP the King is rocking right now.
So you're saying that might not be the optimal first item.
Yeah.
Maybe there might have been a better item first before that.
I would say I would have liked a damaged Julian over this fighter-esque sustained Julian.
Get the Divine Glaive first, maybe?
Yeah, because right now their main concern is that they don't have damage to take down the targets on the side of Team Falcons. You saw, you saw the Phobius able to stand his ground already for the side of Twisted Minds.
That's okay.
Like he can actually hold his own against Team Falcons, but you need conversion. Because all the while that James is tanking some damage from Team Falcons, Marcus doing
MPLPH heard me.
has to stack up. Once the crossbow Thangs gets out, sure, if you can sustain,
Heard
then
what?
you could also still outlast Team Falcons. But where's the damage coming from? Like, are you just waiting for the jumps from Ogre to come through, and then the Bat's impact to also go through from View?
If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. It's highly appreciated.
Globally, apparently Escalera's up on there. This is per game, right? This is a record per game assist. So Light is there, Cadenza's there.
Wait,
wow.
isn't somebody should be here? Like, I remember, I think it was Raflesia having more than. Oh no, never mind.
Maybe for the season.
These are maybe this is season or current.
It feels like it should be for the season.
Maybe it's the current season.
Because I remember way back,
I remember
like 30, 40 assists.
Yeah, I remember somebody having like.
Oh, you mean they heard me about having to wait an hour and a half?
I think it might even be the Queen.
We'll see later.
How is
We've seen longer games.
What is Light getting 21 assists on is what I want to know.
Matilda.
Mostly Matilda. Wow. All right. I mean,
and I'm not gonna be surprised. Like, most of these players play Matilda.
it's easy to get assists with the Matilda. Just get a little bit of guiding.
Guys,
wind,
he's
get a
getting
little
the
bit of,
assist with
healing
a
for your
Hylos.
pet
It says it right
favor.
there.
You're good.
Matilda, Raphaela, Florin, the utility supports, they get a lot of assists.
Yeah,
especially Florin.
I was gonna say global heal, like I guess.
And the moment you get touched by +1 healing, that's already counted as an assist.
Yeah, if you get healed and then the guy
Gets a kill.
got healed, gets a kill, you basically get an assist.
Yeah, so that's
how it
basically
works.
as good as it gets here. And we look like we are back in the game here. 10 minutes and 40 seconds right on the timer.
Looking rough.
Team Falcons
Looking rough for
walking
Twisted.
towards this base. Shield in the mid lane will pop here. But again, that's all they're gonna get from this Lord. So they still hold on to the shield for now in the mid lane. Twisted Minds though, man, they're falling quite behind. This hasn't been like a kill impact game. You're only talking about a few for both sides.
Yep.
But that's what I'm wondering. What is it gonna take for them to actually contest for the next Lord?
I don't know, a big mistake from Team Falcons, because the difference between Game 1 and Game 2 is that MP the King is on a hero right now that cannot trade. Like, yeah, Game 1, he's on a Joy, very mobile, but now it's on a Julian. Like, if they ever want to step outside of their base, it has to be both the Matilda and the Julian walking out. But even then, I don't think the mobility is enough from them to prevent them from Team Falcons in chasing them, because they still have the glorious pathway from Tlph that could potentially just be used to chase the Matilda and the Julian on side lane.
Does feel like we're seeing the effect, right? The effect of the itemization.
Close.
as well
It's
as
an early
the,
Holy
the,
Crystal on
the
Few.
composition itself. Earlier in game 1, it was pretty close all throughout. Like that's like 20 minutes of very close neck-and-neck gold. But now you're seeing a big gap here. That's just showing how well Falcons are doing here compared to Twisted.
That's some crazy stats by the Kalia. A roam setter that heals for the same amount as a Rafaela and an SS does.
Bigger heal compared to a Matilda.
Dude, 12 minutes in, 39k.
Insane.
That's unfair.
If you keep
That's broken.
If you keep rocking the Surge of Life, aside from really good damage, heals yourself, heals your teammates.
And guess what? Revitalize amplifies the heal.
Double?
From the Surge of Life.
Does it double it?
Almost.
Almost, right?
So that's kind of broken.
That's just tons of healing.
Yeah.
Tons
I mean,
of heal.
again, it's fun if you're playing it or if you're playing with it. But if you're against it, it's not as fun.
Not so much.
If
Not
there's
so much.
Big Dam, then
Yeah, I
there's
think
Big Heal.
giving over
Big
that
heal.
Kalea.
Big heals.
And they were
The big
first
enemy,
pick,
big
man.
That's it.
When you said big heals, I thought your shoes? No. Healing. There you go.
Hold on. Look at this control.
No contest.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Hylos and a Kalia standing in front. What do
Yeah, how do you even get past them?
Like, you're Julian, you dash in front of one of them, you're dead.
You're stunned, you're dead.
Stun locked. Stunned by high loss. Get your title strike. Get your Tsunami Slam.
You're not even going to get kited. You're just basically dead.
Just dead. My goodness, this high loss Kalea
That's
combo is
G's.
off the roof.
That's G's.
And the Revitalize is just like a cream on the top, right? So
Yeah.
what's the game plan here for Twisted though? How do you get out of this?
I'd say hope that Falcons messes up this Lord take. I highly doubt it because like they're very methodical with their approach. So ideally, you'd see a glorious pathway before the Lord.
Oh!
In front.
Oh!
Tsunami Slam gonna bring James back. He flickers out. Lord finally taking out that bottom turret, and now Team Falcons looks to go get more. That wave in the mid will be pushing as they get ready.
Falcon
to
ain't even
focus
rushing
down
it, bro.
the
They're not
remaining
even.
base
They're like, all
turrets
right,
of
yeah, you
Twisted
had that.
Minds.
We're gonna come into mid
And the
now.
King does
Maybe
pick up
take
the
this
Divine
tower,
Blade.
get a
They
little
should be able to
pokey
clear the wave out
poke.
pretty quickly, and that they do. So wow, is this actually a successful defense for Twisted Minds?
I'd say so. The sacrifice from James, they exhausted a flicker just to make sure that Team Falcons is not going to be able to get inside the base of Twisted Minds. Even though they did use the setup, like the glorious pathway, to rush into the base of Twisted Minds. Again, they had to deal with the Phobius first.
Oh, they go again. Glorious pathway drop down under the turret. Zaman Force coming out.
Pull
from
back. A little bit of damage on Ogwin. Well done. James trying to. Oh, my lord, bro.
Finally going down, and Super Marco pops off with the crossbow of Tang. He's in trouble, though. He's quite low. Has to disengage from the fight. So Team Falcons won't lose anybody. But
Decent defense. Decent defense.
Super close. We're finally seeing Twisted Minds fighting back to some extent, albeit under the tower, right? So that's still good.
Marco would have died if not for the Surge of Life.
He saw it, he get healed.
It would have been comeback for Twisted Minds, but he got some little bit of HP when he went down after the crossbow of Tang. So it's again a key factor to consider for Twisted Minds.
Whoa, Flap goes in with a stun, dropping the pathway again. Tsunami Slam gets the Purify out. So Team Falcons will disengage. They try and try, but these Purifies are doing a lot of work right now for Twisted Minds.
Yeah, but that's a longer cooldown compared to the Tsunami Slam
100%.
and also the Glorious Pathway. So this gives Team Falcons an opening in the Lord Pit for the next minute. Outplayed is not going to have that Purify, which means Ogren is a big threat, especially with the Flicker nearing the off cooldown moment. So Team Falcons, they're going to be very confident in this Lord fight. They have everything, the Glorious Pathway, Revitalize from Tapped Easy, as well as the...
Is there a way out for Twisted here?
Unnoticed Sicilian.
I don't think so.
Really quiet in this game.
Super quiet, by the way.
Especially with the Sicilian on the back line.
Not really being shown. James.
There's just no way for Twisted Mind in really quick, man. Honestly.
That's a dangerous game. Twisted Minds is trying to play.
Big half HP, and now Falcons showing that maybe
Esclair poked.
blitz this Lord. They're actually doing some good damage. MP King's very far away, so it looks like they are conceding this Lord, at least for now.
Yeah, there's no way of contesting this against a Hylos. And with Team Falcons leading by this much, you're just gonna get ran down, chased towards your base, and then potentially lose 2-3 members and end up losing the game. So it's better for Twisted to just stay.
No, I think in current meta,
which they're currently doing so, and
especially with
getting some
like,
on a
I'm not saying that Julian's not playable, but it's easily dismantled
284.
with a tanky EXP laner
Not super high, but
and a
it's
tanky
respectable
roamer.
at
Like you can see here how there's literally nothing Julian can do.
In fact, we saw it put Escalator to half. Look at that.
Ogwen jumping in again. Goes in with the Tsunami Slam, fighting in the mid lane. Zaman Force from Outplayed. Trying to
defend.
Out, and he'll do just that. The top turret is gone. Mid still
I think
standing,
Twisted Minds gave up weight. They had their priorities a little off here, Coach Bonchan.
They're still trying to work it. Still trying
You
to find
take the Matilda, give over the Kalea and the Suyo.
Still looking to cap out this game. A 10,000 gold lead. Can they
You
get
get the Harith in return.
Again with the conceal, they're going to clear out the waves. It's
And the Phobius.
Quarter of the health on the turret, but it's still going to be up.
I'm not saying it's not impossible here, but yeah, it was.
I like the patience from Hajizi not using the Feather Airstrike, because if
You got to shake things up. Like you pretty much gave Falcon the same exact draft, or at least 3 of their power picks,
It looks
man.
like they're trying to bait it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hylos, Kalea, and
holding the
Suyo.
Feather Airstrike
Like it's just
prevents
bread and
Super
butter
Marco
for
from
Falcon right
dashing in,
now.
But now he doesn't have it.
Oh, Glorious Pathway again. Drop down. They want this turret. They've waited. Team Falcons will finally get it. Patience is the name of the game. And they back off. So the base fully exposed now for Twisted Minds.
I think, yeah, it's hard to execute. I think it's hard to execute Julian in any pro level.
It feels like.
I'm not saying he's not usable completely, but it's definitely.
Scratching the surface is what he can actually do in the team fights. I think we only saw 1 or 2 crossbow tanks in this whole game.
Yeah, to be
Of course,
fair,
there's fear. What can they do? Like how do they can't get in? There's no way.
Right now, Twisted Minds, they do
There's
have
no
the
angle.
damage
There's no dive.
to, compete with Team
And
Falcons.
if they
You
try
have
to jump
worry
in,
about
you just
Susan
get
in the 1-1.
locked, stunned, taken
Either
down.
of
You
them
get
goes
poked
down,
by
I think
few.
that severely halts the arsenal here, or the firepower.
They would have to like really just like
gonna go missing.
set a tricky play, you know, like have someone waiting in a bush by the back line. But how do they even get there right now when they have minions coming to their base? You know, it's like
basically a utility Julian at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a walking crowd control and sustain.
try to do like if you could get someone in position.
From the Queen's Wave.
If MP the King could get a
Don't
nice
get me wrong,
position in the
still
tri-bush or
deals, like, a lot
something,
of
or
damage,
like
but,
somewhere cleanly Lord.
cannot one
But even
shot
now
like
with Lord
you
being on
or,
bot side,
Marco,
Tier
so
3 tower still up,
it's,
like there's no
it's
way
gonna
to
change
get
the
that
play style of the Julian
angle,
very
right?
much.
And
But
Escalera
at
can
this
try to
point,
dive,
Twisted
but
Minds,
Few would have
they're
to be
in a state of the game right now where
really
they
out of
just have to
position.
find
Like
a good pick off, either in Few
Super
or
Marco would have to be
They- if
really
they
out of
manage to do that,
position.
I think he win the team fight.
He might go back
Oh,
here.
no, Marco, Marco's
Look
behind.
at Marco, look at
Running
Marco.
into this.
Okay,
He's
they
not-
didn't run that way.
Yeah, wrong way.
They didn't run the way they wanted, so.
All right.
Purple's going to be taken, though. Lord is up, too.
Ooh, and of course it's going to go to Few, so it just adds to the impact that this Sicilian is going to make. No pun intended for that one. See if they're going to be able to get some room, get some space here. James and MP the King on the bottom side of the map.
Should be a fairly easy Lord from Falcons to take, because they could just turn against Suicide Minds, especially with the Glorious Pathway.
Yeah,
Trying to do it.
That pathway would just force them off of there. Circling Eagle.
Oh no!
Used from
Oh no!
Escalera.
Oh no! No guiding wind! No guiding wind! They have to get out! They have to get out!
They're going to be forced off to this, so under half health on the Lord.
Oh!
James jumps in with the dark
No
blade.
good. Oh, is that enough? Is that enough? Is that enough?
Feathered Airstrike comes down too, with
Not
heavy
enough.
fire and back Few
MP the King's
on the
doing
back line,
nothing,
drops
bro.
the bats,
Look at
impact,
Flap
forces
TZ's
the
health.
back. Lot
That
of
shit is
firepower.
not
Oh,
dropping.
God,
MK's
in
dead.
trouble. He gets
He's
tossed
dead, man.
into the air. Immortality
Minions
pops
on
to Kyle
base.
Easy.
That's
Jumps
it.
in,
GG's. Well
finds
played.
it.
Nice
Outplays
try.
the
Next
shot.
time.
Kyle looking for the next.
Next
They're
time.
on the run. It's too much
Next
to
time,
handle
Paul.
As Twisted Minds falls apart at the 20-minute mark, and that's it. As Team of Falcons will go in and secure the series 2-0.
2-0, Falcons soaring high here, just adding even more to their playoff secured point system. Man, oh man, that was a tough one for Twisted.
Yeah, it was a valiant attempt from Twisted Minds, especially with James initiating. I thought they had a fairly good chance till that point where Flop just canceled the Feathered Airstrike, and Super Marco was again able to play the strength of the 1-1. But again, it was a good try. It's just that Flapteezy had that good moment of being able to stun the far side. Because if Hajizi was in a far better position, or in a far reach of Team Falcon, Super Marco wouldn't have been able to play the 1-1 game that he wanted. But again, it's the approach,
Sweep.
the macro for
Sweep.
Falcons. Props.
Sweep.
Twisted Minds. Again, it was a good try. good twist with a Julian
They
pickup.
come back.
Unfortunately, it wasn't enough.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to take a bow for now. Man, oh man, Twisted Minds. Definitely gonna have to go back to the drawing board after that.
What is their way out, bro? Do they even have a way out?
I think they really did kind of suffer because of damage profile. Just small things, like small min-max things as well, are eating up in that fight.
And nobody could deal with the Hylos, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that was a very tough loss, and Twisted Mind's gonna have to come up with something
Maybe they
else
beat TNC
so
tomorrow.
Maybe make a comeback in the
They
next
really just got to
match.
beat Omega
Right
next
now,
week.
Their max points are also getting whittled down quite heavily because of this game.
And then beat Apbren.
It's kind of worrisome. I mean, you're looking at Twisted Minds week in and week out, and you see the same struggles every week.
Week in and week out. Hopefully we'll see something more from them later. But for now, we have Falcons on the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, Team Falcons! Gentlemen, congratulations. You're capping off this week with a win. Few, ang dami nung nakita natin, or this is actually a sweep na nakuha nyo this time around. You are now joining Team Liquid, Aurora, and Onyx Philippines because Team Falcons are also playoff secured. Congratulations!
Wow.
Doon sa mga tatlo kong nabanggit kanina, meron ka bang gustong bawian doon na nilulook forward mo na matchup? Kung meron lang isa, few, sino yun at bakit?
Liquid siguro. Kasi di kami nanalo sa kanila nung regular season.
Aabang natin yan, ha?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, now we're looking at Liquid and balita din, kamakailan lang, that you're gonna be one of the two teams ng Pilipinas na lilipad papunta doon sa SPS. How are the preparations like? Gaano ba kalaking impact itong win na ito for you guys heading there overseas?
Feeling ko malaking impact to para sa momentum namin kasi diretso flight na kami after nito para masaya sa airport.
Anong oras to be specific?
After neto, punta na kami ng ano.
I really wanted that to go 3 games.
Oo nga. Meron palang explanation. Now, speaking of which, I think
We might come
we're
back
also
for
gonna
the
be
other
talking
game.
about MSC, right? Tingin mo ba, you guys, your form right now, is this MSC?
We might
Are
come
you
back for the
looking
other game.
MSC already? Or meron ka pang ibang hinahanap sa team?
Apbren will upset TLPH. Stop it, bro.
Di pa namin
They will
deserve yung
not.
MSC. Kaya mas pagbubutihan pa namin sa mga natitirang weeks pa para makuha ulit namin yung form na pang.
If they do, it's because
And we're
TLPH
gonna
is
be
throwing,
rooting for
bro.
you, just as the same. Right, Odin?
Yes, of course. Si Ogwen naman ang gusto kong makausap. Ba't parang teary-eyed ka? Parang naiiyak ka. Tears of joy ba yan? Playoffs na kasi. Sabi ni Pando. And Ogwen, kanina, napanood mo ba yung feature sa'yo?
Oo, nakita ko. Unexpected yung feature sa akin, tsaka nakakatuwa rin kasi nakakita yung hard work ko. Yun. Na-appreciate nila.
Sa pagkwento ng mga pinagdaanan mo doon sa video, anong gusto mong matutunan ng mga fans natin?
May mga bunga rin yung mga ginagawa nyo.
Bro, why are they talking about like they're just our final form for MSC? We don't know if they're going to make it to MSC. It's TLPH.
And just like his hard work, diba, it has all come into fruit. Flap-TZ, ang dami ng mga nagpunta dito para suportahan kayong lahat. And syempre, yung mga nanonood sa kanilang mga tahanan, invite nyo naman sila na suportahan kayo sa mga susunod na linggo ng inyong laban.
Sa mga sumusuporta sa amin dito sa venue at Team Bahay, maraming salamat sa walang sawang
Hell yeah.
sa amin.
Jack.
Isa kayo sa dahilan kung bakit nagpapatuloy kami at sana suportahan nyo kami, manalo or matalo. Gagawin namin yung best namin.
Maraming salamat, Flap-TZ. Final question, anong haircut yan? Anong tawag dyan? Burst fade ba yan, ya?
Burst fade.
All right. I think we call a break for now. We got an hour until
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners,
future series.
Team Falcons.
Brudra.
Gentlemen, you may now
I don't know
take
yet. It's
your
supposed to
walk
be
of
this
victory.
month that we figure out. I actually sent Dave a message this morning. Last time I messaged him, he said we'll know.
Take your bow.
We'll know in
This is
April.
a huge win para sa Team Falcons.
Looks promising, but we're waiting for the final words.
That they can get dahil irerepresenta na naman nila ang bansang Pilipinas.
Definitely. Ito na nga kaya uli ang all around the world ng kanilang team, Hans.
Hopefully for them, but at the same time for the other countries who are gonna have
I'm
to
out for
watch
now, though.
Casters, paso.
Why do I have a feeling that